Today I'm still on my mission to use up lots of odds and ends that I've got lying around in my craft room, and today I've dug out a stash of images that I've cut from collage sheets, and these are printable collage sheets. I've got some from Vera Lane's studio here and some from Shelley Massey, and there's some that, to be honest, I can't even remember where they're from. The image is just there on my laptop and I haven't got a credit for it, unfortunately. But basically these are downloadable sheets with pre-coloured images that you can cut out and then collage in your projects that you're making yourself. Some of them are free, some of them are available to purchase. I'll put the links to the ones that I've got below in the description. The ones that are available for purchase, still excellent value. You get lots of images on a sheet. For example, this is one of the Vera Lane studio ones. This was one of the Shelley Massey ones. So there's lots of things on the sheets, and then you just cut out the individual bits that you want. And I'm going to make a little mini booklet. I've got a stack of papers here some painty papers that I've made. These were inspired by a video by a lady named Noit. I'll put the link to her video below. And basically I put blobs of random coloured paint, acrylic paint, on my paper and used the edge of a credit card just to smear them about. And I've put some metallics on there as well. I've then used some bubble wrap to add a dotted design. But they're just a good way of using up paint, using up papers. These were some pattern papers that I didn't particularly like, this sort of marbled effect, so I've just used them just to paint on. And I'm going to use one of these to create the pages for my book today. And I think I'm going to go for this one with the blue and the green and the gold. I like that. And it seems to be a nice contrast. I've got a lot of pinks going on here, so I want something where the images are going to stand out from the background quite well. To make the little booklet, now you can do this by eye. I'm going to use a scoreboard just to make it easier. This is a piece of A4 paper in America, so it's like a letter size. And I'm going to fold it in half lengthways. So I'm just using my scoreboard to score a line. And fold it lengthways. I also then want to score it in half widthways and into quarters. Now this scoreboard, the easy score, is set up for card fold, so it's very good for finding the sort of halfway points. If you've got a scoreboard with like measurements, inch or centimetre measurements on it, then just work out obviously what a half and a quarter of the size of your page is. And of course, if you're using a different size piece of paper, if you're using a smaller one, then just adjust the score lines accordingly. But basically, what you want to do is to have scored it into 8 panels. So once you've done that, I want to take a trimmer or a knife, and I'm going to cut down the centre section here. So I'm just going to get my cutting board. So I don't want to cut through my mat that I've got on my table. Now this is not my idea, it's not my original idea. This has been done many times on the internet. So basically just cutting in those 2 centre sections. And then we're folding to make 4 pages on our little booklet. use the edge of my bone folder. Obviously, as it's folding around the spine, it twists it slightly. So we'll just tidy that up with the edge of my bone folder. But now we have a little booklet with pages in. And I'm going to use my collage images and then hopefully some words as well to decorate my little book. So the one thing you might want to do is make a note of which way up each page is, because we need to open this up. So this is going to be the front cover. Page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the back cover there, that's right. Because obviously when we open it up, we want to make sure we've got our images the right way up. And don't worry, we'll make sure we're sticking things down. So I'm going to start with what's going to be my front cover. And I'm going to be using just some glue and sticking these on. I've got a pair of scissors if I need to trim anything down further. But I like these words which say Life Journal, and that's going to be on my front cover. So what I'm going to basically do now is put this on fast forward, play some music while I arrange all these pieces onto my pages. think now I've finished with my collage pieces. I can add a little bit of doodling now with a pen. I'll get a black fine liner and a white gel pen, and I shall put some borders and bits and pieces, and then I'll grab some sentiment stickers and we'll get it finished. So I'll be right back with my pens. Right, so I've got a couple of fine liners. I've got a 0.3 and a 0.5. I've also got a Posca pen in black in case I want something slightly thicker. And I've got my favourite white gel pen. I always use the Uniball Signo Broad. It's my most favourite one. So once again, I shall pop this on to fast forward while I'm doodling away, and we'll be back again to put the finishing touches on. Right, that's enough doodling. It's so easy to get carried away, and the thing is though, you can keep going and do as much as you want, but I think the addition of the black and white just really makes it, personalizes it, it makes it different from everybody else's. It's just the finishing touches, and I really like that. So now I want to put some words on. I've got my selection of Tim Holtz stickers, various different ones. I'm so excited. I'm waiting for the delivery of his latest snarky sayings. Those are on the way to me now. So hopefully in a couple of days I'll be playing with those. But for now I'll make do with what I've got already in my stash. So I'll just go and choose some words to put onto these, and then I'll come back and do a walkthrough with the final book. And here we are with the finished little mini book. The words I've used today were from the Tim Holtz clippings stickers. I've got the everyday pack and the Halloween pack, and I've mixed and matched the word phrases just to embellish my pages, basically. It's a complete nonsense. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's just a bit of fun, this book is. So here we are with Welcome to the Life Journal, The Strange Story. Her eyes were dark, being enchanted. Fragments of the soul, chronicled from time to time, a record of the past. Longing for a beautiful garden, I know that I am home. A house of fun, mischief, calls answered day or night. All the beautiful stars of the sky that shine and sparkle in my dreams. Peace, happiness and love glittering in the sun. And Elmira is a curious woman. She had a feeling things are not what they seem. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed seeing how simple it is to make a fun little book. If you don't have these collage images, and as I say, there's quite a few that are freely available out there, but please do check that they're copyright free before you download any. Make sure that you go back to the original site where they've been published and check to see that you don't have to pay for them. Don't just like print them off Pinterest and hope for the best. But if you don't have things like that, consider cutting up magazines, scrapbook papers. You know, there's lots of ways of getting little embellishments in there. But this was great fun to make, and a nice little project to create just for yourself, to pop in an envelope and post off to a friend. I'm sure that there's lots of people would love to receive something like that. So if you enjoyed this video, please, as always, leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've got any comments, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Bye.